Hi, in this video we're going to talk about who actually benefits from using eSIMs and the RSP technology, so stay tuned. In the previous video we talked about the basics of eSIMs with a main focus on the challenges that are being tackled by this technology. So if you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend you do so, because otherwise we might not be on the same level. Either way, you can find the video right here. In this video, however, we are going a step further. Who actually benefits from eSIMs? And what are those benefits? Like in the previous video, these questions will be thoroughly answered by my colleague and our expert, Olga Kedler. And again, this is an excerpt from the very first part of our RSP and eSIM basics training. So let's have a look.
So there are benefits for different players. Let's talk one by one. So for everyone, it means the eSIM provides an equivalent level of security as a removable SIM card. So we have the same, plus the advantage of the remote SIM provisioning and the overcoming of the challenges that we had before. Okay, then the subscription credentials stored on the SIM card, so they enable secure and private access to networks. And it also supports the integrity of the billing process, especially in roaming scenarios. Okay, let's go one by one. Then so we have also freedom of choice to select the operator, so there are no boundaries. The price optimization due to the selection, so you can optimize the price. And so it can be quite often used in the dual SIM scenarios. So for example, we had the scenario with the iPhone, so we have the classic SIM together with the eSIM, or what we have right now quite often in the cars, so in the automotive area. Yes, we have the classic SIM and also the embedded one. So especially in the area of the eCall, so emergency call, in some countries it's already required to have it included in the cars. And we have this, so sometimes some cars use it in the way that you have the classic SIM, which you can change, and the one, so just to have a kind of a bootstrapping with it. Yeah, there are benefits for the device manufacturers. They can, especially they are the winner in this situation, they can exploit the reduced needed space inside the products by designing smaller devices. So before they had always kept to somehow to regulate this. Then the products, they can also be made more tolerant to environmental factors, such as temperature, vibration, and so on. So because they can be hermetically sealed, as I said, so the problem with the oil pipe in the ocean is now solved, or vibration in the car. Yes, they can leverage the eSIM to optimize the supply chain process. So this is actually nowadays already working, so you don't have to wait for the physical SIM card to arrive at your home. So you buy your phone. So then you can you can just register at the operator site or have some regulatory things, and then you don't need to wait, and they don't have to. Yes, it eases the supply chain. So now I'm already talking about not only the device manufacturer side, but also about the operator advantage and the the consumer advantage, the control. This is actually the big points. Now the device manufacturer, or actually you as a end user, so the customer, they decide whom to take, which operator to take, and it's a question of control. For the end user, yes, simplified management of subscriptions and connections. This is what I was talking about. So when you have just to sign up somewhere on the web page, web portal of some service provider, and you don't have to wait for the physical SIM actually. Yes, and they don't have to manage several SIM cards. The process was annoying. So to insert this card, so, or insert it inside, and so then take it out. So switch the operators, you can just click on it, and then it's automatically selected. And then by enabling, so it's enabled and the profile is there, you can connect to the operator. Yes, and there is a freedom of choice. You're not bounded. And yes, personal data protection through soldered SIM card. So yes, if the eSIM is soldered inside, so the eSIM may be removable as well. So that it's sometimes still the case, but the intention actually to have it soldered inside, then you don't have to. So if you lose your phone, so nobody can take the SIM card out, so then read out your data or Yes, so your data are protected. Your data is protected, and especially the bank credentials or things like this, which are very sensitive, they are protected as well. Yes, and as I said, dual SIM scenario, so it's also a benefit for the end user. For organization, so there is a big benefit, especially in the enterprise area. So just imagine a situation where the devices may be not managed by the end user, maybe not easily accessible, so making individual device management very costly. Yes, then we have this big benefit of the remote SIM provisioning. So for organizations, so if the owner of the company with this wind turbine in Siberia, so I think he's quite happy that he doesn't have to send someone to Siberia so to change the SIM card somewhere. And yes, it helps a lot. Yeah, enterprises for them, especially for organizations where you have the several mobile phones, they have to be all on the same with the same contract. And if you have an update, so then it can be run in one. So then it's all done as well. Or changing operator. Yes, it's cost saving without having a physical SIM. For the distributors, there are simplified logistics again. So this is one of the examples of the distributors where you can just easily select one of the many examples actually. Easily select one of the so the country you go to, and then you can select the amount of data you will be using, and then you can call without using this expensive roaming, which you usually have on your mobile phone. Yes, the operators. To be honest, the operators were at the beginning, they were not very happy about this embedded SIM. But since we have these challenges, as you have seen, so they accept this, and now working as well on the requirements, especially keeping the security of the profiles. To have them in securely stored, or kept secure. One of the advantages that they have easier ways to expand their businesses into emerging markets, especially, for example, the automotive, wearables, or consumer electronics. So before, they were only mainly using the mobile phones. Now, since you've seen this in the video, so everything is connected, and so there is a chance actually. Yes, SIM card distribution costs are eliminated. So we have new distribution models for devices and for the marketing of subscriptions. Yes, the switching to the best operator is simplified. So this is actually also the advantage of the smaller operators or of the MVNOs. They can win with the better prices, which is good for the end user as well.
There's a whole range of players that benefit from the advantages of eSIM and RSP. We have the end users that don't have to wait for their SIM to physically show up before they can actually exchange it. We have the device manufacturers that suddenly have a lot of spare space on their devices. We have the organizations that don't have to manually exchange the SIM in their wind park in Siberia. And we have the distributors that don't have to handle devices customized for each region or for each operator. And talking of which, we have the operators that basically can easily expand into emerging markets like automotive, for example. But of course, this is only a tiny fraction of the whole picture. So if you're interested in RSP and eSIM trainings, you might want to check out the links in the description below. Either way, I'll see you in the next one.